Hi, my name is Erica McLeachy, and today I'm going to be talking to you about leadership development. But first, I want to ask, how invested are you in your own personal leadership development? That's right. Are you invested in your own leadership development? Because most people, they usually wait for their boss or manager or somebody to point them out and to say, hey, you're a leader and we want to invest in you so you can develop yourself as a leader. Okay, we see the potential in you and we want to send you to the seminar. But are you the type of person that you take investing in leadership, your own leadership development, serious? Are you invested? Now, most people have a knowledge, they have a knowing as far as what they might have seen other people do, but that's as far as it goes. They don't really have the experience, they don't get the results, and they don't really know how it feels and what it is to actually walk that path. Okay, so I know for myself, one of the things that I experience, there's plenty of benefits that you get when you really develop yourself as a leader. But one of the ones that I really want to point out, and you're going to hear me talk a lot about, is freedom. That's right, freedom. It's not the type of freedom that money buys. It's a different type of freedom. It's a freedom that you only know and you're only going to experience if you truly become a leader. If you don't really know what I'm talking about, then you need to stay tuned. You need to just come and chill with me for a minute, okay, and see what I'm talking about. Now, I had this friend that I was talking to the other day, and I was trying to explain to her about a very famous passage in the Bible, and because she was going through a situation where she was really looking to excel in life. And so I brought up this scripture, and as soon as I began to talk about it, she shut me down. She was like, oh, I know about that. Okay. I said, oh, do you? Because I'm looking at, what she's going through. And I was like, well, have you ever experienced it? She was like, well, not really. She was like, I know about it. I've seen other people experience it, but I have never experienced it. Okay, well, I didn't go into detail with her because I didn't want to make her feel bad, or I didn't want to, sometimes you gotta just kind of be careful when you go to, give them more, so everybody don't let you give them more. So she was one of the people I couldn't give more to. But anyways, so I'm sitting there and I'm just like, wow, that's really crazy, because you don't really know something until you can experience it. Okay, so it's crazy to think that just because you see other people do it, that you know what it is. Unless you can get that result, know the experience, and even walk in it, you don't really know. You don't know it. And perfect example of that, think about it like this. You go to an amusement park, everybody gets on the rides, but you don't get on the ride. You see what they go through, you hear them talk about it, but you don't know for real. You don't know really how that wind feels on your face and how it feels like it might take your breath away. You really don't know. You never had the experience of that thrill. You don't know the excitement. You don't know how it feels in your stomach when your stomach drops because you're dropping right before you drop. It drops. Like, you don't know unless you have experienced it. So even when you go to talk about it, oh, this and that ride at the amusement park, you really can't say because you don't know. You just are telling what somebody else went through. So you don't know because you don't know how to get the result. Okay? Or the thrill. You haven't experienced it. Okay, so when I began to learn about leadership way back when, no, seriously, I've been at this thing now for more than in 10 years. But when I really began to learn about it, there was an experience that I started experiencing. As I got deeper in, I began to care about, because at first I didn't really know I was learning about leadership. I really felt like it was choosing me versus me choosing it. But as I began to learn and I started getting like a little bit of experience, I was like, wow, this is actually really deep. This is good. I need this. I need to learn more about leadership. I really need to develop myself as a leader, because I thought I knew, but I didn't know, because I really wasn't experiencing it. But like most people, I just had this idea that, oh yes, I'm a leader. But honestly, I wasn't getting the results of leadership. I wasn't really experiencing leadership. So I didn't really know. Okay, I wasn't really walking in leadership. Okay, I didn't really know. But as I began to learn, I took a real interest. I began to care for the material that I was investing in myself. I began to pay attention to what was being said. I paid attention to all the details. And I also began to practice what it was that I was learning. Now, I know I've seen a lot of people that get sent off to seminars by their employer. And what you think, they should come back and they should have this great well of knowledge of leadership. You see them put a little bit in practice and then eventually it fades away. And I primarily think most people are not invested in it as much as maybe the employer was invested in it. So they don't really get the real takeaway, which is the change, which is the freedom. There's a freedom that comes with leadership when you really begin to know what leadership is and you really begin to walk in it. There's a real freedom that comes with it. So I think one of the biggest things that I learned is that as I began to practice, I also began to do something, because I began to be something, okay? And the more that you be something, the more you can do something, if that makes sense. But it really goes hand in hand. That being and doing, it really goes hand in hand, especially when it comes to leadership development. Now, I really just want to give you those things to think about, okay? I want to invite you over to go to my store, and I have created a workbook, something that will give you like the mindset shifts. It's 25 ways on how you can really develop and begin to put into work leadership. Okay, now it's not the full 12-week training. I got that opening up, but it's not going to open up until like the 1st of April, so it's not available yet. But there is a 12-week training that you can deep dive into leadership, where I take you through the whole steps of the transformation, so that you can really get the experience and begin to experience leadership. Okay, but this workbook, it will give you ways on which you can begin to start learning and begin to implement what leadership is, and begin to make changes in your thought process within yourself. And it's a workbook, so it helps you to kind of go deeper inside yourself to start making the adjustments that you need to make. Also, if you go to my store, you can download the free copy of My Personal Planner, okay? And if you are a goal-oriented, purpose-driven person, this is a perfect planner that's just going to help you stay focused, help you stay on track, help you start taking the proper steps that you need and making sure that you are regulating your own time, your own development, and see yourself in the vision. Where are you going? What does the vision look like going forward? So that planner will help you really deep dive into going forward, into into your future. Okay, so I just want to thank you for this time that you have listened. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, make sure you tune in to where I drop the 12-week program for April 1st. It's gonna start being available April 1st. But we're just working out the details and the kinks right now. So, but just be looking for it, because it is a program that's gonna help you deep dive into the full leadership transformation, which is what you want. You want to be able to get the results. If you're not experiencing the freedom that comes with leadership development, it's not the type of freedom that like money gives, where you can just fly out of state, fly out the country, go here, go there. No, it's within yourself. It's a freedom that unlocks. It's the type of freedom that unlocks all of the things that hold you down, so that you can really truly become who you're created to be. But if you never experience this freedom that I'm talking about, you really don't know what leadership is. Okay, you haven't really had this experience. So make sure you go to my store, click the link, and begin your journey. Start your journey with me. Start your journey. Make sure you tune in, because I'm here for your transformation. I'm here to help you to experience this freedom. I'm here to help you with your transformation. And this workbook is going to be the number one thing now to start you on that path, to where if you're not fully developed invested in your own development, make today the day to start. Click the link and make sure you start investing in your own personal leadership development. Okay? All right. My name is Erica Miglici, and I'll talk to you next time.